Hello, everybody. I think I need to pull this closer. Hopefully I won't jack up. Hi, Eli. My kitty is joining us today. There we go. Say hi, everybody. Hi, makeup peoples. Hi, Mama. How are you today? Oops, I'm showing my business. Well, I am going to use all my May favorites today. I'm going to wait a few minutes for people to arrive. I've been calling Miss Lisa and she's not answering the phone, so she must be snoozing. But anyway, I liked to watch favorites videos. I love to see what other people are using, but I don't really like filming them that much. So I thought I would just start doing it on my live, and that way you get to see them in action and all the jazz. Okay, Mom, love you. So I just got through washing my face. I'm going to start at skincare and just kind of go in order with what I use. And like I said, hopefully we won't have any glitches today on the YouTubes, on the tube, because, you know, it loves me not. It loves me not. It says that we've got 4 people, so it looks like some people are probably watching some ads. I'm going to adjust my camera. I'm scared to even touch it because the last time I touched it, it knocked me off. But I'm going to do it anyway because I want to bring this down. Hi, Erica. Yeah, that's better. Less hair. How are you today? I think I'm going to go ahead and start going into my preliminary steps because after I wash my face, I want moisture right away. I need moisture. My face feels crunchy. That's a terrible word. It feels stripped, even though I used, I don't know what that is that's sticking out there. Oh, well, I'm going to move this. Oh, I'm living dangerously right now. All right. Anyways, the first thing I do is I go with my lip balm, and I have been loving the Agave lip mask. It is awesome. It's a nighttime lip therapy, but I use it all the time. It's super thick. It is so nice. And that just gets my lips prepped, and they're getting all luscious and moisturized while I'm doing the rest of my skin prep. I probably should keep these so that I can, or keep them in one spot so that I can put them in the description. Mary, hi. Oh my goodness, it's been a long time. How are you? It's wonderful to see you. I'm going to go in on my face with the Murad Hydrodynamic Ultimate Moisture for Eyes. Exactly. I don't know. Usually in the summer, I get closer to normal to oily. It has been too long. I'm so happy to see you. How are you? How are things going? But anyways, I am usually normal to oily in the summer, but I haven't felt any oily yet. Maybe the older you get, the less oil you have. But anyways, while that's sinking in, I go in with my Murad Hydrating Toner, and I am down to the nitty gritty. I have another one. It's just in the other room, so I'm going to attempt to point it in the direction where it will, the little stem will be down where the product is. So let's see if I can do it. I love the way this smells. Come on with it. Come on, don't be rude. There we go. And I really saturate my face with this. Good. It's been a crazy time, hasn't it? I think I might have just gotten down to the very end. Let's see if I can get the rest of it out. Probably not. I think I am finished with this bottle. I try to get the last of the last. Eric and I were talking about earlier today how we don't like to waste anything. And so this is going to go in my empties. I've been trying to get my empties filmed for about a month now. And yeah, still not. I think I'm going to have to, have part 1 and part 2 on my empties because I have so many. And, you know, I was on a low buy for the longest. I wasn't buying very much stuff, so I was using up some stuff, and that's a good thing. But I let that, and I have no idea if I do skincare in the right order. I just do what works for me. And most of this stuff I bought on BoxyCharm on pop-up add-ons or got it in my actual box. I think, yeah, Lisa told me that the add-ons for BoxyCharm is on my birthday. So that's a clue to me that I need to buy stuff for my birthday on the add-ons. I'll still have my budget, but yeah, no. And I bought another one a long time ago, so I have a backup. I know for sure I don't want to pay full price for it, but I love it because you don't have to put it on with a pad or a cotton pad or anything like that. You can just spray it on. I've also been loving this SkinInc Daily Dose Serum Cocktail. And I love it. It's so pretty. It's got these little beads in it. But the reason I'm going extra heavy with the hydration today is because I'm going to be using a foundation that's super matte. And because my skin has been dry, I have to totally really get my face super hydrated before I go in with that. So I use like 3 or 4 moisturizers. So I'm going to put this serum on. What was I going to say? Oh, birthday shopping. Yes, they do. And it's so hard for me to resist, especially with skincare. Great deals on skincare. And I just can't pay the prices that they ask for skincare. I just can't do it. So I'm going to go in with this. And Becky and I discussed that today because, you know, we usually do my birthday shopping extravaganza. And last year, it was really weird and everything was, you know, we were all masked up and everything. Like in Ulta, all the samples were covered where you couldn't color swatch anything. And I don't know where I heard this. I read it somewhere, I think, that they're going to continue that. So I don't know how Ulta is, but we usually go to Oklahoma City and make a big day out of it. But I don't know why. I'm just not feeling that at all this year. I guess it's just the residual of COVID and being locked down and all that. But we're just going to go around Stillwater. I have a $50 gift card from my secret pal and at school, and I have $58 in points. And so I think we're just going to go to Ulta in Stillwater. That's near where I live, and go to maybe TJ Maxx and Home Goods and Bath and Body Works, because we always go to Bath and Body Works. Yeah, exactly. And I just, every time I think about canceling BoxyCharm, I think that's where I get all my skincare. And I'm really good with moisturizers and cleansers and all that stuff, but it's like toners and serums and eye creams and stuff that I just go through like crazy. Hi, Marlo. Thank you for coming in. I didn't know if you would, because I know you've got that thing coming up, and I just didn't know if I was gonna come on today either. But I feel a lot better than I expected to. Yesterday, I weed-eated, I mowed, I repotted 3 plants. I took these milk cans that my friend got me for an early birthday present, and I had to nail holes in the bottom of it so that whenever I watered the plants, it would come through and drain out, because I didn't want to rust out the bottom of my milk cans, because I've been looking for them for like 3 years. And Becky found them for me. I'm so excited. And so I've got these beautiful, they're called wax hydrangeas, but they look like cherry blossoms. So I have 1 can on either side of my garage with my beautiful wax hydrangeas in them. And I'm a really simple person when it comes to decorating outside. Like in my flower beds, I have some climbing plants, like spreading plants. And I don't know what they're called. They were planted here whenever I moved in. And I've got monkey grass that's all along the front of the rocks that we put. And I have holly bushes. And so my flower beds are like really already full. So I don't put flowers in my flower bed, but I'm not someone who puts a bunch of potters out everywhere. Like I'm very simple when it comes to decorating outside. But I saw one of my neighbors with those milk cans, and I thought that is so cute. In the summer, or when it's spring and summer, I can put some beautiful spring flowers in it. When it's winter, I can put pumpkins on it. I can put some, fall like foliage type stuff. I can, use it just seasonally, and just use it all the time. But in the summer, I want really pretty flowers in there. So, yeah, that's what I did yesterday. I also, there was some other things. To make a long story short, I didn't know if I was going to be walking today, because when I do that much stuff physically, I usually pay for it, and I am really sore, but I'm not uncomfortable to sit. So I'm happy that I got to be here. That has sunken in. Now I'm going to go in with this Glow Recipe Banana Souffle. I got this in BoxyCharm. I love this. And they had this in the pop-up. It was like $20-something. I'm like, I think 29. I'm like, I don't want to pay that much. And I put a pretty healthy dent in this thing already. But it smells like banana Laffy Taffy, and it's kind of a lighter moisturizer, and I just love it because it's I like really lighter moisturizers in the summer, because, I just need a lighter moisturizer that doesn't feel so heavy. But, oh, it feels so nice. It sinks in fast. It doesn't mess with my primers. And it smells and the smell is not like overwhelming, like it smells so heavy that you continue to smell it forever, but it does have a really nice light banana scent. How I got that under my eye, I don't know. But it sinks in really nice, and it just makes my skin feel so good. But like I said, I'm like double, triple hydrating this time because I am using a matte foundation. I kind of go to matte foundations in the summer so that they'll stay through the humidity of the Oklahoma summers. Yes, I'm hoping that they'll come back into like add-ons for a cheaper price. They usually don't, with like Glow Recipe and stuff. They usually put it for like $12, and so I was really shocked. It must be a popular item. Maybe lots of people are wanting it. But I really would have liked to have had a backup. I'm compiling all these products over there so that I can put them in the info box after the live. It feels so nice. I'm going to give that a minute to sink in. But whenever I know I'm going to use a matte foundation and I know I'm going to need extra moisture, I always use my Bobbi Brown Vitamin-Enriched face base. This just puts another layer of moisture, and it just, I don't know, it's just a really nice prep step. I still do all the primers, but it's a really nice prep step if you know you're going to be wearing a heavy matte foundation. Yeah, I would pay $12, $18, but close to $30, because I don't remember what the retail price of it is to begin with, but it's not too far from 20, I don't think. Maybe it's like 65, and maybe this is half price. But yeah, this is, I can trace back so many things to Emily Noel, so many, and this is one of them. And a lot of times, like on Nordstrom or Macy's, a lot of times they'll have a special, like if you buy a foundation, you get this free, or they'll have buy one, get one half off. This is on sale a lot. And it's really thick, and you don't have to use a whole bunch, but I'm getting down to the nitty gritty on this one. But every time I've bought a backup, I think this is like, I wish I knew the prices of these things, but I want to say this is $60. But and this is probably my fourth one, and I have a backup now. Every other one besides the very first one I bought, I've gotten on some kind of sale discount. So it's really thick, and it smells lightly citrusy, but I love it. And it just makes your skin feel so good. And whenever I use this, my foundation just looks so pretty. I don't know that I would ever use this or just as a base by itself, just because I need Porefessional. I need the pore filling stuff. But that's another thing that about this and also the banana souffle is because it doesn't interfere, because the Porefessional likes to ball up on some moisturizers if you don't have time to let it sit for a long time. $39. So yeah, it's not very discounted. Good morning, Locke, or good afternoon. I'm still in my morning, I guess, because I feel like I'm getting ready. I feel like it's morning time. And I just keep feeling it because it feels so nice. My skin feels nice and hydrated. But I am going to give this a moment to sink in before I go in with the Porefessional. I don't know why I can't come up with that. Thank you. This is called, and I totally jacked them up yesterday because I did a whole bunch of yard work. But this is called Mod About You. It's my very favorite pink shade from OPI. I love OPI for the colors, for the names of their nail polishes always crack me up because they're so creative. And I used to be able to get it for like $3 a bottle at my local professional beauty supply, but they stopped carrying anything but gels. But I think I can't remember. This was like buy one, get one 50% off at Ulta. And I have tons of nail polish, but I'm finding that a lot of them are too old and they will go on okay, but they chip like almost immediately. So that's on my birthday shopping extravaganza list, is to pick up a few newer nail polishes. And I realized that I don't have any glitter nail polishes that aren't dried up. And I love to put glitter on my accent nails. And I just don't have any. So I need to get a good multicolored one, a silver and a gold and a pink. You know, I have to get a pink. Okay. And the Bobbi Brown Vitamin-Enriched Face Base is super sticky. So it really holds your makeup on. But of course, I'm going to go in with two more things before I even go into the foundation. And that is my everyday, do it all the time. And I'm down to the nitty gritty on this too. I may not be able to get any out. Porefessional by Benefit and Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. And I can't even tell you what this does. All I can tell you is that when I don't use it, my makeup doesn't look as good. So I just keep on using it. It's too expensive. Another thing that goes on sale a lot. So I buy multiples whenever I see it on sale. But it is so good to see all of you today. Some of my old friends. I love it, Mary, that you're here. And I'm just going to put this in basically my T-zone, just across my forehead and my T-zone where I have some enlarged pores. It really does what it's supposed to do. And this is fun because I can do most of this with my eyes closed. I have an eyelash under here. There we go. I can do most of this with my eyes closed so that I can talk to you while I'm doing it, even though I'm contorting my face the whole time. My husband has the NBA game on in the other room, so you can probably hear that. I obviously would be watching it if I wasn't in here. I am such a basketball fan. I've got a visitor, two little lovelies. And yeah, it's the culprit is sunscreen. That hopefully you guys could help with this. Do any of you have, and I don't even have sensitive skin, okay? Ordinarily, I can put anything on my face and it doesn't make me break out. But the sunscreen makes my face break out. Like every time I literally put it on when I'm going to go outside to do housework. And whenever I get back inside, which I always wash my face anyway because I have dirt and crud all over it, but I immediately wash it off because just to try to keep it. If I start showing you all my business in this dress, please, like if my bra starts hanging out everywhere, please tell me. Good gravy. I try so hard for it not to show. I think my first 20 videos that I did on YouTube, I had my bra showing the entire time. But do you guys, even like, especially somebody who has sensitive skin, does anybody know of a sunscreen that does not break you out? Like, what is the ingredient that does it? But like immediately, I've got bumps all right here. And every time I put sunscreen on, it happens. Does anybody have a tried and true that doesn't do that? Because it needs to miss me with the breakout. Let's see if I can get any primer water out of here. I have to like do a physics experiment to get it to come out because my other one, again, is in the other room. Oh, good job, Sherri. It's not coming out at full force, but it's still coming out. I always keep the very nitty gritty at the bottom because I can never get all of it out of here. And I will, when I break out my new bottle, I will pour the remains in it. It's a $40 liquid that I don't want to waste one tiny micro ounce of. You're going to have to tell me how it goes. I know you were going to use it today, but I think you said it's raining now, so you're probably not going to do that. Paula's Choice. No, I haven't. In fact, I am going to write it down. Actually, I'll just put it on my wish list for, can you get Paula's Choice at Ulta, or do you have to order it online? I'm going to put it on my wish list for my birthday. I have not tried Paula's Choice anything, actually. I was thinking, oh, I don't want anything for my birthday, and now I've got 4 things on my list already. I never knew the difference between chemical and physical sunscreen. Can you explain that to me? I mean, obviously the chemical one is man-made chemical, whatever, but I don't know what physical sunscreen means. Like, I don't know the difference between those two. And maybe that's why. Maybe I'm always using chemical. The ones that I've been, the ones that I have right now are by Hoola. I have 2 by Hoola. I have 1 by Lancome. And I think that's it. I've mostly used the Lancome one. I didn't even know there was powdered sunscreen. That sounds cool. What brand do you recommend, Locke? I was like, where is my coffee? I am so scared that I'm going to knock something and knock myself off like I did 3 times last week. See, you guys are full of all kinds of awesome knowledge for me. You guys, I have no idea what causes. I guess it, you know what? I don't think it's the mirror. I think it's the reflective surface of my mirror. And this is my expensive mirror. And today, whenever I unplugged it, this little metal thing came out. Oh, I'm going to be super unhappy if it won't charge after this. Well, today I am going to use, for foundation, I'm going to use the Born This Way matte. What does it say? I can't even read it. It's so tiny and silver. Undetectable, super. Oh, Lord, that's the reason why I left my glasses over here, because I cannot see a thing. Okay. Undetectable super long wear foundation, Born This Way matte. And that's the reason I put so much moisture on. And so this is a wee bit dark for me, so I'm going to put a few of these Ulta foundation adjusting drops. So I'll put a couple pumps on my hand, and then I'll just put the little drops on it here. I don't know the difference. Maybe I just need to go in and do some research. It's another thing I need to add to my list. I'm running out of these adjusting drops because I have to do it on almost every foundation that I have if I don't mix it with another one. All right, I'm going to go in with this. Cover up. I haven't thought of names. How about Freddie Mercury? I watched this whole thing on Queen yesterday. Freddie Mercury will be one of my friends. Let's see who else. Adam Lambert. That was so cool to see how Queen and Adam Lambert came to be. I don't know if you guys know who I'm even talking about, but I love Adam Lambert and I love Queen. I have very diverse taste in music. I was like thinking the other day about a way that I could incorporate music into my videos, and I think I have figured it out. I'm not going to tell you, but I think I have figured out a way to incorporate music into my videos, or at least alive. I'm using my favorite brush, which is the It Cosmetics Love is the Foundation, the heart-shaped one. I love this thing. And I'm just going to smooth this in, just kind of get it smoothed out or spread out. And then I'm going to go in with my Beauty Blender. I don't think I got a hand mirror. Here it is. It's really weird, you guys, because when I film, I have 2 soft boxes on, and I have my ring light at full capacity, full brightness, and it makes it way too bright for using a webcam. But I'm so accustomed to having such bright lights that when I'm on a live, it makes it, I feel like I can't see. It's like too dark because I'm so used to having that bright light. But I would rather, you know, struggle a little bit with being able to see than you not being able to see any of the colors. I have this new one. It's not, yes, it is. I got, it's another Emily Noel thing by Sugar Rush, that Tarte side brand skin treat that's supposed to be a tinted moisturizer, but she says it smooths out your pores. It does all this wonderful stuff. So I'm excited to try that. I think I'm going to try it tomorrow. I have a neurologist appointment tomorrow. And so, and I'm going to film getting ready. So I thought I would do like a quick on the run, get out of the house kind of look. And I've been really looking for something that's a little bit lighter. When I film, I like to use really full coverage stuff because I want the, you know, it just seems to match up with the glammy stuff. But whenever I'm just really using minimal makeup and minimal eye makeup especially, I like something a little lighter, and I just never really found anything that I felt gave me enough coverage. Because when you get to the tinted moisturizers, it's usually such sheer coverage. But she said that this had surprisingly good coverage. Okay, you want to tell us? But I love this Born This Way matte foundation. I tried so hard to love the original Born This Way, and I know a lot of people do, but it just broke down so hardcore on my face. It would just never stay. Okay. You don't have to type it all up, Erica. You can tell me, and then I'll share it with everybody another time. But maybe I've just been using the wrong one. Okay. Thank you, dear. But I do love this foundation. And see, like right now, this looks like stark white. And it's not. And it also oxidizes. So I always have to keep that in mind. And this light, I'm going to put it upward since I don't have to worry about it being in front of my camera, so that my hand will keep the light on. All right. Since I was using the Born This Way, I really travel among about 3 or 4 different concealers all the time. And so I could say my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo, my Revolution Conceal and Define, the Born This Way, and then just the regular Shape Tape. I also like this Jouer. So I travel among these all the time. Chemical sunscreen absorbs into the skin and then absorbs UV rays, converts the rays into heat, and releases them from the body. This can cause free radicals that may put your skin at risk for damages. Roughly, chemical absorbs and physical reflects. That's interesting. Bless you. Huh, that's interesting. I'm going to have to look and see at what I have. And does it say, like, on the product if it's natural or chemical? Like, I don't want to jack up my face. It just says classic sunscreen, broad spectrum SPF, organic sun care. Would that be physical, you think? I wonder how you can tell. Anyways, that's for another day. But today I'm going to use the Born This Way. And then I'm going to go in. I don't think I said the Shape Tape that I use is that ultra creamy. I'm going to go in with the Born This Way, which is a little bit dark for me now, but will be fine later. And I'm just going to put a little dot of the Tarte Shape Tape Creamy. If you guys like Shape Tape, but it's becoming too dry for you, the Creamy is really good. But I will tell you that I got the same shade in the Creamy that I use in the regular, and it does not match. It's not the same. I just turned my earring all shades, all sorts of foundation shade. Okay. Benzoyl octinoxate and oxybenzone. I wonder what the main ingredient is here. Active ingredients are oxybenzone, avobenzone, and oxynoxate. So octinoxate, the two that you said there. So this is chemical. So there's the beginning. We know that the one that breaks my face out is chemical. So when I'm shopping, I need to be shopping for, I forgot about my color corrector, shopping for physical. This is the, and I also know that I've heard some people say that when you're, I'm not pregnant, but when you're pregnant, you're not supposed to use the chemical ones or something. Okay. I love this Bobbi Brown corrector in Bisque. It's a peachy corrector for my super dark under eyes, as you can see. And it's super creamy and hydrating too. So I put it all across my whole under eye because my whole under eye is black on the daily. And I try to do this really light because it doesn't matter what I do. I get very crepey under eyes. So I either have to choose between black and crepe. So I choose crepe. Well, you are awesome, look, because I don't know why I always say look, but I guess because of tone lock, because I don't know if I just don't have the time or if I'm too lazy to do it, but yeah, I do a lot of watching reviews of products, but I don't so much go into looking up ingredients. It's just not my thing. It's not my. So I'm going to smooth this out, the Born This Way. And you guys, this is a really nice concealer if you've never tried it. And this is a giant container. It's expensive. I think it's like $36, something around there. And I got it for my birthday last year. And it's really nice. I have it in the shade Nude. And you get a ton of product. And it's just really nice. It's a really nice concealer. Of course, this is not, I never have the right color in anything. You guys know that already. But I appreciate the information. I'm always open to learning. I just don't always have the time to do the research myself. Yeah. Well, like I said, everything, I'll have to look on the Lancome one that I have. But obviously that one is chemical. And that one, the Hoola one, breaks me out the worst of all. But it's like what I had in sunscreen is so flippin' expensive that I really didn't want to spend a bunch of money on something that was going to break me out, and then I was going to be stuck with, you know, a tube of something I can't use. And so I was just looking for some advice, but I need to do some more research on that. I just don't, you know, like I said, I'm not that person who always has to be concerned with something breaking me out because my skin is not sensitive. Like I can get away with most things that people warn about. I wanted to show you these two for under eye setting powder. I've used this Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder forever, and I still love it. But I got this Benefit Boing under eye setting powder in a set, and I don't know that they even sell this individually. I looked for it a long time ago. I haven't looked for it again because I'm using this one and I'm cool with it. But the next time it's time for me to repurchase, I would love to get this again because it's super nice. I actually like this better than I like the Laura Mercier. So this is another thing I need to put on my list for my birthday to see if they have it. When I looked for it the last time, they didn't. The people at Ulta, you know, they have that, how they have that whole benefit counter where it's just, they have people that work there that are just benefit folks. They were like, I don't even know. And they looked it up and they saw that it was part of a set with the Boing concealer. And so I'm just going to set with the Laura Mercier. But they didn't sell it individually. And I'm like, why would you, you know, here goes my logic. Why would you make a product just to be in a set and let people fall in love with it and then don't make it. So I love it. It's wonderful. It's not even, it's a real similar. I'm saying similar like Marlo does. It's a real similar consistency and like it's finely milled and it's really light and I really love it. But it's like a better color match. It's lighter than my natural skin tone. I don't know if you can tell because they're both in like frosty containers, but like this one is super white. And this one, it has a little bit of a peach to it. And so that's what I like better about this. It's like the same consistency, and I am out of this. Like I can't even get any more out, but I just keep it because I want to remember what it's called and what the package looks like. So before I go in with my powder, I'm going to go and smooth out all my crevices because like when I talk this long, and I don't set right away, stuff gets into the crevices. And just like I said, my eyes are always going to be crepey. Well, my forehead, stuff is always going to go into my crevices. And this is, I think Marlo gave this to me for Christmas or my birthday or something, but I've been using this a lot. It smells so lovely. And it's the Fenty Pro Filter Butter Powder, setting powder. And it smells like vanilla. It's so lovely. And I really just love this powder. It's a perfect color for me. It's a little bit of a beige. To me, the light is just drowning out everything. When I go back and look at my replay, usually you can see things a lot better than I could when I'm watching myself on the screen. And I use my damp beauty blender to go in and set my face. I see you're paying attention, Marlo. Make sure this is your favorite step that I do. You know, I know you love to watch me put on the powder. And this is like, for me, this is like mini baking. Because I'm putting it on with a wet sponge, it like really locks it onto my face. And then I go in with a big powder brush and remove all the excess. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. There is a hair somewhere on my face being rude. Rude. And I washed all my powder brushes. I've been washing powder brushes at my sink in my kitchen. Just a few at a time, like while I'm cooking or while I'm waiting for something to finish in the microwave or whatever, just washing a brush here and there. But my favorite brush is the It Cosmetics powder brush, and I think it's 101. It is the most fluffy, biggest, loveliest powder brush ever made, but I'm just using an old backup. I have two of the It Cosmetics ones, but they're both drying right now. Yes. I'm sure a lot of you are going to take out and go watch Marlo, and that's cool. All right. I have been trying really hard to use my face palettes. So I've been using this Cheek Parade by Benefit. I've just recently started getting into this. I keep saying Natasha. I can't remember how I was saying it. I was saying it to Erica and Lisa, and I was laughing so hard. I was saying Natasha Nadona. Natasha Nadona. Okay, anyways. The Natasha Denona one that I only got because of Erica, because it's so freaking pretty, and it's pink, and it's just so pretty. But I use this on my last video, the one that's coming out later on Tuesday. And so I'm going to use my Cheek Marathon Cheek Parade. And I'm going to use my Cookie highlighter. It's so pretty, you guys. I don't think this would work for deeper skin tones, but it's so beautiful. Yes, you should go watch her my happy birthday video. But in here is Hoola Bronzer, Hoola Dark and Light, which I love that because I contour with that and then go back through and smooth it all out with that. I love Rockateur, which is like a shimmery mauve color, and then Dandelion, which is kind of like a light pink color. So I go in with both of these, then this to top it off. So I'm on a benefit kick here for my cheeks. But before I do all that, I'm going to put my eye primer on. And I have been stuck on Gerard Clean Canvas. Ever since I got the fair shade, the medium worked for me, but the fair shade is perfect for me. And so I just dip my little tiny blender into it. I barely even go into the cap, you guys. This stuff spreads like crazy. It's so awesome. And if you want to use my code, it is Pink Share Bear. Get you 30% off at Gerard Cosmetics. And it's just a really good eye base. And I use the white one. I recently got the straight up white one. And I used that in the video that's going to come out on Tuesday to cut my crease. I don't think I had ever used this to cut my crease, and it worked like a champ. But I was doing a bright aqua turquoisey look, and so I wanted those colors to really show. Yes, it is. It's awesome. I would put it up next to P. Louise in a heartbeat, and I'm not sure that I don't like this better. I don't know why I put the cap back on that. Every time on the second eye, I always need just a little tiny zhuzh more. Just a little bit. So it's awesome. And like I said, you can use it to cut creases. And it says eye base and concealer. So I don't know. I've never even tried it for concealer before. So maybe I ought to do that. But I love it. It's perfection, in my opinion. And gosh, you get this tiny little jar. It will last you until the end of time. You go ahead, Marlo. Earn yo keep, girl. I never can think of the way I think I am so dipping my sleeve in this. What is it? Pulling your weight in the relationship or something that you always say? You're pulling your weight in this relationship. All my friends pull their weight in our relationship. I have the best friends in life. And I'm going to use the Laura Mercier pressed powder just to lock that in so it doesn't crease up on me. And I also put it over my eyebrows so that when I go to do my eyebrows, they will not, be thick with foundation. It's got a powdery surface, and then my eyebrows go on over it very well. That's it. Pull your weight in the relationship. I got it. Okay, now in with all the bronzes and the blushes and the highlighters. And I'm just going to go into the regular Hoola for the contourish part. And then I go back and forth between the light and the dark to blend it out. I'm doing pretty good keeping up with the comments today, but of course I'm not doing my eyes, so. And Marlo, I made it to a Monique video live this morning. Can't keep up with y'all. I am a busy girl. I have a lot of responsibilities. This week I have to I have a neurologist appointment tomorrow. And I've got to go get some bird seed because I feed all the birds in my backyard. So I got to go get some bird seed and take myself to the neurologist and to Starbucks, of course. And so if you guys love me, buy me lots of Starbucks cards for my birthday. And I got a bunch of them from my kids for teacher appreciation. And I've almost used it all, but of course, I almost always buy one for me and Becky. So when you're doing double time, that money goes fast. And I recently discovered a delicious sandwich at a Starbucks. If you guys go there and you're starving and you need a little something, it is a tomato and mozzarella panini. It is so good. It is so good. It is, they take a piece of ciabatta and cut it in half, and they put basil pesto all over the bread. It's like toasty, and they put it all over the bread, and then it's fresh mozzarella, roasted tomatoes, and spinach. Oh my gosh. You guys, I'm not even a vegetarian, but if I could eat that every day, I could be a vegetarian. It is my love language. It totally is. That and Bath and Body Works. Those are my two love languages, because I like things that smell good and I like things that taste good. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the mix of the Hoola Lite and the other and just kind of warm up everything. Yes, so you've tried it, so you know what I'm talking about. It's delicious. Most of the time when I'm starving and I go to Starbucks, I usually get oatmeal. I'm a weirdo. I like oatmeal. Like I had oatmeal for dinner last night. I don't care if it's breakfast food or lunch, just whatever I want at the time. Okay, so I'm all bronzed. Hopefully it doesn't really look like it on the lights. The lights are making me look like a pale girl. I am a pale girl, but after I start doing all the outside stuff, I'm not going to be a pale girl for long. My face is already lighter than the rest of my body. But okay, I'm going to go in with Dandelion first and then Rockateur. But I've been trying really hard to use my face palettes because for the longest time I didn't. I just used all my single stuff, and these are not getting any love. So this is such a pretty blush. Just light pink, but just beautiful. Isn't that pretty? And then I go above it with the Rockateur because it is a little bit glowy to give myself a little glow on the whole cheek. And then I go in with a Cookie, and Cookie doesn't leave anything to the imagination. It goes to town on the glow. I know. I got Erica a green color changing Starbucks cup. She loves it. Every time she's on Pillow, she's like, I love my cup. I told her, I said, I should just give you, I have a couple more. I was like, I should give you my other ones that I have. Because she loves it so much. And I don't really use my Starbucks cups for the coffee that I drink every day because I like these insulated tumblers that keep it cold all day long. And I drink iced coffee all the time. Occasionally, I went and bought a tiny little coffee pot just because every once in a while I just have to have hot coffee, but not enough to have my ginormous Keurig taking up all my counter space. And I'm in the process of cleaning out my cabinets, and I'm so proud of myself because they're starting to look so good, and it's going to be so functional, so much more functional. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, here's Cookie. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. And I don't, like I said, I don't know how this would look on people with deeper skin tones. You guys would just have to try it and see. But I know that this is a favorite among people who are super pale. Like, I watched this called Makeup with Missa, I think. Makeup by Missa. And she is pale, like pasty white, like this color. This color of white. And this is her favorite. And I love it. I don't know how it would be on a deeper skin tone. I've never really tried it either. I didn't really have it last summer. So maybe I'll try it when my face gets darker and see if it still looks good. It's kind of a pearly champagne. It's just so beautiful. It's so pretty and it's so blinding. I don't know if you can even look at that right there. Woo, look at that. Can you see that? Whew, I love it. I love it. I don't drink any water. I'm so terrible. I say that. I do drink water, but I have water bottles. And I buy water bottles, bottled water because Patrick takes it with him to dialysis. And just because I like to keep them in the refrigerator and just always have one ready to roll. And we don't drink the water out of our faucet because it does not taste good. And I just don't trust it for being safe. And so I don't drink tap water. Okay, there's the face, except for the eyebrows. And you guys know that takes me 285 years, but we can talk while I'm doing it. It won't be too bad. So while I'm doing it, I'll just go ahead and tell you what I'm going to use. I'm going to start off with my NYX MicroBrow in chocolate. And then after that, I go in with my Too Faced Brow Envy. I use the powders in this. I use the dark one to do the outer part and the light one to do the inner part. And then I go in with the Urban Decay Brow Blade. And I just use the inky side to make brush strokes. I'm so excited because I ordered that Benefit one that has like 3 little things. Because who said it was good? Emily Noel. And so I'm going to try that one, but I just go in and put hair strokes in all the places that I have to actually create my eyebrow. And then after that, I brush through it and I put on the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in chocolate. So that's what I'm going to be using. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. What do you guys think about my dress? It's so pretty. I love the sleeves. It's so light and flowy. I love it. And it's got so many colors. And I ordinarily wear leggings underneath. So I love it. I've had it for a long time, actually. I just don't wear dresses very often. Okay. Erica and I had this long discussion this morning about Urban Decay, and I didn't realize it. She said that she had read or heard somewhere that Urban Decay was bought by L'Oreal. And we got on the conversation about Prince and the Prince collection. And I was like super disappointed with, I mean, I don't have it. I wouldn't buy it. But I was super disappointed with the Prince collection because I'm like, if you're going to do something as a tribute to somebody, do it in a way that like you can look at that and know that that's a Prince collection. Like if his face wasn't on it or his eyeball wasn't on it, I wouldn't have known that was his. Like it should be flamboyant, purple, gold, black, velour, something like he's over the top. The way he dressed was different. And I don't know, like the way that I envision it is like the Jeffree Star, or the person who shall not be named, Bloodlust, purple, velvet, gold, the king, you know, even his really cool symbol. Maybe they weren't allowed to use it, but like when he changed his name to that symbol, something velour and purple and pretty with a big gold print symbol. Like how sad that they had this awesome opportunity to do something really cool, which I totally would have bought it if it was something that I thought was even slightly good enough to honor him. Like he was a bad A. He was, you know, there's nobody like him. And how could you give him like a totally lukewarm collection? Lukewarm. When you could have done something so incredible. Well, hi, nerdy grandma. I didn't even see you. Thank you for coming in. Well, I would assume so. That's what I was thinking to myself. I would assume they would have to have permission from his estate to do it. But honor him with it. That does not honor him with it, in my opinion. And the colors were so muted. Like, I think if he was going to choose, it would be some vibrant, beautiful, rich gemstone colors. Like, I don't know. I just really felt like it was not a good, what's the word, representation of what he would do if it was him or if he got to choose. So, welcome, Nerdy Grandma. I like your name. I'm a nerdy grandma. Okay, let me shut up for a minute and let me get the outline of my brows on. You guys can talk amongst yourselves. Either that or I will end up looking like Groucho Marx. But yeah, super lackluster, underwhelming. Those are all really good words. Like, can you see like this giant palette with purple velvet and his big insignia on a big gold and all these vibrant different colors of purple and gold and black? Can't you just see it? Like, I can see it in my mind, and it doesn't look like that at all. So I'm just like, oh, that's not. They had a really good opportunity, and I just don't. I think they blew it big time. But Eric and I we were talking about how when brands get bought by big corporations, how they often change and how often their quality goes down. And I like L'Oreal. I mean, I think L'Oreal is good, but and I also said that I think Urban Decay, for me, Urban Decay was like one of the first things that I learned about when I realized that there was a beauty community on YouTube. And so for me, I wanted naked palettes so badly because, you know, it was so cool and I didn't have anything like it. I mean, at that point, I was wearing foundation and blush, and like I might have had like a 2 or 3 pan eyeshadow palette, like a little thing from CoverGirl, and I used like a colored shimmery eyeliner on the top of my eyelid, and that was about it. Like, I didn't use hardly any makeup. I didn't fill my brows in at all. But I don't think that if you're going to pay Urban Decay prices, I don't think you should have drugstore quality products. But on the other side of it, I don't think Urban Decay is not my favorite. I like their aesthetic. I like their ideas. I like their color stories. I like a lot of what they do, but I don't think their quality is that good. Like, I don't ever reach for my naked palettes. I have the Naked Smoky. I have the Naked 3. I have the Naked Black Cherry. Like, I have a whole bunch of naked palettes and I never reach for them. And when I do, I feel like I can't do, it doesn't do what I want it to do. And so I'm not drawn to Urban Decay at all anymore. You know, if anything, it's their packaging. And I do love my brow blade, but, you know, there's a lot of people that are coming out with those inky kind of, you know, hair stroke, eyebrows, you know, stylers or whatever you want to call them. But anyways, I just feel like they really blew it with a really awesome opportunity to really have a beautiful collection to honor him. And Nerdy Grandma, what's your name? I feel weird calling you that. But anyways, I've been told by a lot of people that that honey palette is one of their absolute favorites. And I have been so tempted to buy it over and over again. But the reason that I haven't is because I don't reach for any of my others. And it's like, why are you going to buy something that you're not going to reach for? But you know, that's what I did with Tarte. That's what I did with Lorac. I did with a lot of people. Like, I just got tired of them, or I started thinking that their quality had gone down, and so I just stopped buying things. And then I ended up getting the Tartelette in Bloom, and that was beautiful. And then I ended up getting that Diamond Luxe palette. I don't have it nearby from Lorac, and it's incredible. So I've known you for years. I can't see your picture, so I don't know. Well, hi, Tara. I've known you for years. Well, which Tara are you? I know several Taras. But anyways, I have been tempted to buy the honey just because sometimes I have to give people a second chance. Okay. I have to give people a second chance, or I have to give brands a second chance, because like BH Cosmetics, like I was never impressed with BH Cosmetics at all. But I saw somebody, and it's probably Emily Noel. We're being honest here. Oh, hi, Tara. Well, good gravy. I'm so happy to see you. I know who you are. I thought to myself, maybe it's Tara. Maybe it's Tara. I just talked to you the other day. Or hello. But anyways, and I got that Naughty palette, and it's my favorite. It's the one I'm going to be using today. I have used it so much, and their quality has improved so much. So I have to quit holding grudges and give people a chance whenever, you know, lots of people have said that that honey palette is wonderful. But that is the reason I haven't bought it. I keep doing that on my, I got to quit talking. Because I'm jacking up my eyebrow. And what am I going to do? I'm just going to keep on talking. I really need to give people another chance whenever, but like if I get a really bad product from someone, I'm just like, psh, done with you. And there's so much available. Why should I just keep giving money to something that I don't think is quality? And I think what happens, like that's one gripe I have about holiday collections, is a lot of times they know that people are going to buy holiday collections for gifts and such. And Tarte is one of the worst ones, and so is Too Faced. It's not the same quality. And if you're going to put your name on something, and people are going to be expecting a certain quality from you because that's what you're accustomed to from a particular brand, and then they give you a bunch of crap. They rope you into a holiday sale and it ends up being a bunch of crap. Like, I think that's like taking advantage of a consumer's trust in you based on their trust in your brand. Does that make sense? And I don't like that. Oh, I see. Well, I do like a lot of L'Oreal products. I just think that whenever a big company buys a smaller company, a lot of times the quality, like for instance, when Too Faced got bought out by Estee Lauder, I felt like I think they've redeemed themselves. I think it's gotten better again. Maybe because maybe they lost a bunch of sales. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what drives these people, and sometimes, you know, I know it's just the money. But I think Too Faced has kind of redeemed themselves with me because the last few products I've bought from them have been really good. Like I almost missed out on the Just Peachy Mattes, which I absolutely love that palette. And I almost didn't buy it because I was mad at them. Because I bought this, what is it? Something Love. It's that big square one that has birds and stuff. It looks embroidered on it. What's it called? I can't see it from here. I want to say True Love, but there's like True Lust and anyways, whatever it is. I bought it because I was going to be doing makeup for my niece's wedding, and it looked like the most perfect wedding palette of all life. And then I got there to do makeup and like nothing worked. The shimmers weren't shimmery. The mattes weren't pigmented. They didn't come off on the eye in the same, they didn't look on the eye like they looked in the pan. And I was just like, I'm done with you, Too Faced. I'm breaking up with you. And I did for a long time. See how I can be? See what a snob I can be? Okay. Now I can talk more without jacking up my eyebrows. Once I get that main outline done, you guys, the struggle is real when you have to fully create your eyebrow because you have no eyebrow hair. And also when you're OCD about symmetry, it's real hard. But anyways, okay, so I've just been on a lot of rants today, haven't I? But I really, you know, makeup is expensive as all heck, and we all spend a lot of money on it. And I think that whenever you trust a brand to give you a certain caliber of quality, I think you should not be like blindsided by a bunch of crap. And so I don't even buy holiday collections anymore. Yeah. And I know that Tara is, you know, in the industry, and so she knows, she's a very knowledgeable about a lot of this stuff. And I know that like a lot of these companies that used to be like the drugstore affordable type prices, like ColourPop and Wet and Wild and Elf and BH and those kind of companies that used to be kind of like take it or leave it for me, and they have really stepped up. Like that BH palette made me want to buy a lot of BH. I haven't, but like I'm not going to just immediately go, oh, that's BH, I don't want it. Girl, that was so gross. That turned me off. And Erica's talking about that collab they did with I don't even know who she was, but it was so nasty. It was so nasty. Like everything was named nasty. Everything had nasty symbols on it. It was straight up nasty. And I've talked about this before. And I was just like, if my kid wanted to buy that, I would never let my teenage child run around with a lip gloss in their purse that was called DSL for blank sucking lips. Never. And all of it was nasty. And I'm just like, you know, I've said before that I'm not a prude. I just don't understand why so much makeup has to be like have sexual names and sexual connotation. I guess because sex sells and that's what they, you know, obviously it has sold or they wouldn't be doing it. But they went too far with that one. But Elf is really, there are a lot of, I love those bite-size eyeshadow and blush palettes. I have a really nice moisturizer. It's called Hello Hydration Face Cream. I love it. I have a lot of Elf products. I love their camo concealer. I love their hydrating camo concealer. They are really, but they're also getting super expensive. That's another thing I bought that I don't even know where it is. I don't know why I keep, like I have lost so many things that I've bought recently, probably because I buy them at Walmart and I'm putting away groceries and I don't want it to get like stuck somewhere in my cabinet. So I just put it far off and then I hide it from myself. That's what I bought, Mary, but it was $14. And I really like in my mind, I just grabbed it thinking it was going to be $6, $8. And so whenever I do that self checkout almost all the time. So when I got up there and I was like, holy snaps. But you know, what do you expect? If they're going to bring out things that are higher quality, they're going to be higher prices. And I understand that. I don't have a problem with that. But I also got that hoping that it would be another lighter type foundational thing that I can wear this summer that's not going to make, because like I'm really going to try hard to get back into a routine going to the gym 3 times a week instead of just sporadically. And I do like to wear some makeup to the gym. I don't want to go in a full face of makeup, obviously, but I haven't tried the Wet n Wild one. I didn't even know Wet n Wild had one. Tinted moisturizer is usually not enough for me, but I've heard that the camo or the elf, whatever it's called, because I don't know where it is and I don't know what it's called, that it has a lot of coverage. CC cream. Okay. Okay, I haven't tried that. I have the CC cream. I don't have the tinted moisturizer then. But it was $14, and that really shocked me. Like, I was like, holy cow. Holy cow. I wonder if I need to call my friend Lisa. I don't want her to be sad that she missed the whole thing. She likes these kind of videos. Okay, so I'm using my brow blade to go in and make. And I must be pretty good at this because whenever I'm with people who are not makeup enthusiasts and I talk about having to create my eyebrows and everything, and the majority of the people that I work with have never seen me without makeup because I never go to school without makeup. I'm not a person who can't stand going out without makeup. I do it all the time, especially in the summer. But for me, makeup is like getting dressed and being professional, you know? That's just my opinion on things. I don't care if anybody else does it, but for me, I like to be made up. I like to feel my best and look my best and be professional looking. So that includes makeup. But for people who don't know about makeup and all the different things that are available that can help you fake people out, when I mention that I don't have any eyebrow hair, they're like, what are you talking about? You have like the most perfect eyebrows. I'm always looking at them and they're always perfect. And how can you say that you don't have nice or that you don't have any eyebrow hair? I'm like, dude, I create all of this. This is an illusion. If I got a makeup wipe right now and went to town on my eyebrows, you would not even recognize me. I look like a completely different person whenever I don't have eyebrows. And honest to God, I think it's the eyebrows that when people see me and they're like, oh my gosh, you look really good, Sherri, you look great. I think it's the eyebrows. I think it's the fact that I never even did a thing to my eyebrows I don't know. I think the first time I ever actually started trying to do mine was maybe 4 years ago. And thank God I learned how. Good gravy. I have no eyebrows. None. Zero. Okay, Wet n Wild. I'm going to keep these things in mind. BH Cosmetics is supposed to be online only with those language-based lines which are selling hot overseas. I guess I don't know about those. I know. Occasionally I will go. I'm going to put that on my wish list. The Wet n Wild CC cream or whatever you said, tinted moisturizer. I just want something like that I can throw on whenever I'm going to the gym and not have a heavy face of makeup on, but be a little bit better than barefaced, if that makes sense. And tinted moisturizer is not enough for me, especially if I'm going to do a big eye look. And since I knew that I was going to talk a lot about all these products, I obviously can't text because I just put tinted eyeshadow. I knew I was going to talk a lot about all these products, and so I knew this was going to be a long video. I'm probably not going to do anything super elaborate on my eyes. But back in the browser field. Back in the browser field. I can't even get it out of my mouth. Back in the browser field. So, back in the browser field. I'm going to use my BH Naughty palette because I have just been reaching for it so much. I might pull in something else, but I think I'm basically going to use that. And I probably shouldn't. I'm one of those people who, you know, I know when you're a YouTuber, you're so fancy, and you probably shouldn't use stuff that people can't get their hands on. But I thought this was a favorites video, and it is a favorites video, so therefore I'm going to use my favorites. And in May, I use this thing non-stop. I've had to make myself, now that I'm filming again, go and start shopping my stash, you know. I made an agreement with myself recently, and that was, self, you have a beautiful collection of palettes that are sitting over on your shelf gathering dust. Get them mugs out and enjoy them. That's what they're there for. So that is where I'm at. Okay, so the naughty palette, and I don't know why, but every time I see it, I think naughty. It's naughty. It's so pretty, and I think I know that it was Emily Noel that made me buy it. She used it for bingo, and I just thought, wow, what an awesome collection of colors. And I thought, it's a holiday collection. Like, I almost just thought, but if she says that it's good, then it's good. And that's what I love about her, is I can trust her judgment. And I just love it. I love that it's got rosies. I love that it's got some brighter colors. It's got lots of pinks. It's got really good transitions. I just love it. So this is what I'm going to use. And I'm just going to go through and use my favorite shades. Here's the thing. Poor guy's having to listen to me talk all day. I spent all day outside yesterday with God. I was singing my worship songs and doing my yard work and breaking my body. And so, yeah, so today I was like, and I've had a lot of caffeine, and I actually ate something and nourished my body today. So I'm like, so anyways, I'm just going to use my favorite shades out of here. I absolutely love these two. Well, this one is called Secret Santa as a transition shade, and then go in with this rosy shade called Set to Baby. So I'm going to start with those two, and it has this meringue. It's a cream shade, and I'm going to use that under my brow bone. So we're going to get started. Forgot what I was talking about. I love this palette, but now I mean, look at that. I barely even tapped that in. It is a really nice formula. And I think the last BH palette that I got was like Take Me to Brazil. Is that the name of them? Of one of them, Take Me to Brazil. And it was forever ago. And the only reason I got it is at that point, I didn't have any colorful palettes, and it was super bright colors, and it was beautiful. Yes, that's what I love about this. Like, this is another one like my Jaclyn Hill palette, where I could take this with me on a 10-day road trip, and I could make a completely different eye look every single day, all out of this palette. Whenever I went and spent time at my aunt and uncle's house last year for my birthday, my mom's birthday, I took the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I did some beautiful looks, and that's all I took. And I like to challenge myself that way. But I am working on some cool things. I've talked to Erica about, I'm not going to say it out loud because a lot of times when I say things out, I just pulled the wrong color. When I say things out loud, the next thing I know, I see it on everybody else's channel. So I'm just not going to, I'm going to quit saying all these things out loud that I say. I'm going to be selfish and I'm going to keep my ideas to myself. So point being, and this is that Secret Santa. I'm just going to start off in the crease as a transition. Point being that I have a lot of things cooking, and whenever I really get some good ideas that I think are good, unique ideas, I put a lot of work into them. And so it's not about credit or anything like that. It's not because I need to have credit for it. It's because it's my intellectual property. Does that make sense? It's like it's my intellectual property. And at that point, if anybody else in the world wants to say, hey, that's an awesome idea, do you mind if I do it? I'm going to be like, go for it. I would love to see what your ideas on this would be. It's just one of those things. You know what I'm talking about? It's a common courtesy thing. And so I'm really excited about some of the things that I have been cooking up in my brain because I've had a lot of time to think. It's amazing what happens to your brain when all of a sudden you don't have 25 people who all want something from you at the same time. There is no thinking in that situation. There is only survival mode and exhaustion. And those two things are not real conducive to creative thought. That's why in the summer, I'm such a happy person and I'm such a creative person. And there's so many things that I want to do that I can't even get it all done because I have time to think. My brain, oh my gosh, you guys, you're going to have to forgive me because I'm just going to have to pluck a few eyebrows. It's crazy how you don't even see them. I just had the tweezers. You don't even see them. And then you put eyeshadow on there like, hello. But I mean, my wheels are turning because I can actually lay in the bed for 30 minutes and watch the news or watch something on YouTube in the morning when before I'd get up at 4 and there was no time for anything but getting myself ready to roll. And so I can sit there lay in the bed and think about all these things that I would like to do. And I almost talked myself out of this live because last night I was feeling really rough and I figured it was going to carry it over until today. But I feel a lot better than I thought I was going to. So I'm thankful for that. Yes, Erica has been a homeschool mom for the last, 9 months? It ain't easy, is it? Today, the preacher on one of the sermons that I watch 2 different churches every Sunday. I watch Elevation, which is out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and I watch Life Church, which is my home church, my in-person church. And today they had a preacher, named Robert Madu, and he is so funny. And I've already lost my train of thought. This is the Santa baby. How freaking pretty is this for a pink lady? Oh, I love this shade. Wouldn't it be awesome if you could pull all your favorite shades and make your own palette without having to haul 14 of them around? Anyways, he was talking about, I don't even know where he's from, but he was talking about being on lockdown and having a 7-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 3-year-old or something. I can't remember how many kids, but it was like 3 or 4. And he said, all I have to say is that teachers are grossly underpaid. And he goes, if you didn't hear me, teachers are grossly underpaid. He's like, you guys are magic. And I was like, you're right. We are. We are. It is not easy. It is a hard, hard job. But let me tell you something. It's worth it. And you got to be a special kind of crazy to be a teacher and love it. But I do. But it is very all consuming. And so I really enjoy summer because I just am always so flippin' exhausted. And this year was crazy business. So, you know, how pretty is that? I love this shade. It is so pretty. In fact, it's so pretty, I could probably just stop there and be perfectly happy with that. Well, most people wouldn't have the patience. That's the whole point. Erica was like, she took care of it like an absolute champ. But she, you know, she's a very good mom. And she's a very good wife. And she serves her family very well. I'll just put it that way. And she deserves a lot of credit for what she did. You know, whenever you go to school to be a teacher, you plan on being a teacher, you're a teacher, okay? But a lot of parents ended up having to be a teacher and they didn't sign up for it. They did not sign up for it. So they had a choice between becoming that teacher or sending their kids to school when they felt it wasn't safe or wasn't right for their family, you know? And so she handled it like a rock star. I'm super proud of her, and her boys were super blessed to have her as a mom in that situation. I'm going to take this super dark brown, which is called, and it has a hint of like burgundy in it. It doesn't just have a hint. It is, oh, I changed my mind. No, I can't make up my mind. Am I going to go fully pinky? I don't want to go fully pinky because I'm have something else coming up. I'm going to go into, and this is a straight up dark brown hot cocoa. That's what I'm going to use on my outer corner and underneath my eye. And then I'm going to blend out the dark brown with Santa Baby. But anyways, it was something that I don't think I would ever choose on purpose to do again the way we had to do it. But there was a lot of good things that came out of it as well. Wow. Yeah, it was way different then, but even then, I'm sure you had to sacrifice a lot to do it. It's a big sacrifice. It's a big sacrifice of a lot of your personal time because, you know, teaching your kids is not the only thing that you do. You have to research and find the right curriculums and all the jazz. So I really just want to smoke this out a little bit, and I just wanted to place it first, and then I'm going to go in with, if I can find it. I have to wash some brushes, you guys. These all have bright colors on them. I'm going to use my Wayne Goss number 18 to go in here and blend this out, and if I don't have enough to get the smoke that I'm looking for, I'll go in with this brush to put it in there. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm only going about a third of the way across because I want it to kind of look like a cut crease. I'm not going to cut my crease, but I'm going to pull the shimmer way up so it sort of looks like a cut crease. Well, that's the thing that blows my mind is like people are saying, "Oh, you're grossly underpaid. Oh my gosh, I don't know how you do it," kind of thing. And then whenever they have to do it for their own children and they can't handle one or they can't handle two, I think that whole thing gave people a new understanding of what it's like to try to do that with 20, 25. You know, it's complicated. And if there was anything that I wouldn't even ask for more pay, you guys, if anybody could, I'm looking for a brush that I can't find as per usual. If I could have one wish in the realm of my job, if I could have one wish that I think would make things so much better for the teachers and for the kids, I would say reduce the class size. Reduce the class size. Like make it 15, 18 even. But 20, 22, 23, 25, it's like there's only enough time in the day and I'm only one person. You know what I'm saying? And so that's, if they could do anything that would be the most helpful to us, in my opinion, what it would be. I lost my hand mirror. That's what it would be, is lower the class size so that we have the time to have one-on-one interactions with these kids that need our attention and need our help. You can't do that with that many kids in a room. Not in the caliber or in the way that I would want to. Oh, very cool. In our school system, we have such a neat thing that they do with people that are like about to retire but aren't really entirely ready to retire, and they come back into the school as like support staff and they work half days, and they don't make too much to not get their like Social Security and retirement, but they still get to go to work and it's not a full day, and they still get their health insurance and all that. So it's like, I hope that whenever I get to the age that I want to retire, I hope that kind of situation is available, because I think that would be awesome. Okay, so I put the hot cocoa under here, and now I'm pulling down and blending out with the Santa Baby. And of course I need to sing the song. Santa Baby, slip a sable under the tree for me. I've been an awful good girl, Santa Baby. Hurry down the chimney tonight. Every time I sing, I'm afraid I'm going to get a copyright issue. I don't think you should get a copyright issue if you're singing a song. It's not like you're playing the song. You're playing the copy of the song that somebody could be, getting money for. You're just acknowledging that you enjoy that song, and it's really probably good advertisement. If only everybody did things my way. What a wonderful world this would be, and the world would burn down in about 2 days. All right, I'm just going back through all my brushes. Hi, Stacy Lee. Going back through with the different colors and just doing a final blend before I go in with my beautiful shimmer, which I already know what it is. It's so pretty, you guys. How are you doing today, Stacy? All right, Tara, thank you so much for coming. It was great to chat with you. All right, I'm going in with ornaments. Shiny pink, you guys. I forgot what I even said. Keep one in the time frame. I miss you guys too. Hi, Mama. Welcome back. Have a good walk, Tara. Ooh, this is so pretty. I'm getting close to the end, Mom. Hey, always multitask when you've got stuff to do. And folding laundry is an excellent thing to do while you get your makeup fix. Ooh, it's pretty. Is the OSU game on right now? I watched OSU baseball yesterday. I watched OSU softball, some of it, but then he turned the channel. Are they ahead? I don't even know when OSU plays. I think they play today at 3 o'clock. I'm going to try to get this done. They have a really little saucy little blonde that hit 2 home runs while I was watching. OSU softball got beat. Okay. And if for those of you who don't know me well, I am from Oklahoma, and my alma mater is Oklahoma State. And my brother played there, and my dad coached there for 20 years. And so I still keep up with Oklahoma State sports. And my dad's assistant, the pitching coach from when my dad was coaching, both his sons are now the coaches for OSU. So I know a lot of those folks. Ooh, it's pretty. Oh. All right, I'm going to go in with the brush that I used to do the pink and just kind of smooth out that line. Are you leaving? Oh, okay. You're saying it's on later. All right, now I'm going to go in with Snow Day, which is this super light white. That's what I love about this palette is I don't have to pull out any other palettes. I can do it all with this one. Ooh, that's so bright and shiny. So pretty. I know, Mom, it's funny because at times I have the NBA game on the TV, and then I got a baseball or softball game on my computer, and I'm doing diamond painting, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, if I'm not showing my attention deficit disorder, I am showing my attention deficit disorder. Okay, so do you see why this is my favorite? It's so good, you guys. Look how beautiful it is. Look at that shine. Love it. All right. I am using my same cocktail. I'm going to curl my eyelashes. I'm going to use my It Cosmetics Superhero. I still haven't found anything that I like better than this. I've been trying to go through some mascaras, so I'm working my way through several. I have the Monsieur Big by Lancome, Roller Lash by Benefit, and I have the Huge by Stila. So these three I'm working my way through, and sometimes I just kind of go among them. I'll usually use this to fan and this to thicken. And I have to say too that if I can find it, of course, I love this Lancome XL. Where's the name of it? Cils, CILS Booster XL Lash Primer whenever I don't wear lashes, which is today. Actually, I do. I'm going to wear lashes. When I don't wear lashes, I use this under my top lash mascara, and it makes it look like I have some eyelashes. But today, I'm just going to use the roller lash because I'm going to go in with my favorite lash of the month. And it's super easy to put them on, and that's the reason why they're one of my favorites for the month. And I do have some fallout. Mostly from the inner corner highlight. My eyebrows are totally... I saw somebody the other day who waited to put their eyebrow gel on till after they did their eyeshadow. And that's really what I should do. But the problem with that is I would forget. I would totally forget. So I just go ahead and do it. I guess I could go back in with it. And I use this Tarte eyelash curler I have forever and ever because it's just my favorite and it fits my eye the best. I'm going to go ahead and do my lips if what I'm looking for is in here. It is. But I think I need to sharpen the lip liner. I have been using this all the time. It goes with everything. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. It goes with everything. Where is my sharpener? You guys ever have like a place that you put your sharpener and it's just always the place that you put it, but it's never there? OMG, where is it? I guess I'm not going to be sharpening my lip liner today. Here it is. I'm like, it's purple. It's Urban Decay. Speaking of Urban Decay, this is called a Grindhouse, and this is such a good sharpener. Of course, it's got the big and the small. Let me put it back where I think it should be when I go to look for it. I'm going to go ahead and do my lips. Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury. The lippy and the lip liner of that foundation. Yuck. Foundation lips are rude and gross. Perfect pinky nude. I've been on here almost 2 hours, you guys. Thanks for hanging in there with me. All right. I'm starting to get toasty in here. It must be, I'm going to turn my fan on. It must be getting warm outside because I know I have my air conditioner turned down low. I'm probably freezing my husband to death. But of course, I choose my beauty room to be the hottest room in the house. I guess we'll be seeing the power of the primers and the foundation, huh? I look so pale. I think it's just the ring light. I'm trying to move my face to a place where you can see what it actually looks like, but not gonna happen. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeliner, and that's another thing that I need to not talk during. So bear with me. All right. May the eyeliner gods be kind to me today, because I'm ready to be done. Well, I know you have. You are always efficient. You've probably been doing stuff the whole time you've been listening to me, which I would expect you to do. I would never expect you to sit here for 2 hours and not be getting anything done in the meanwhile. Unless, of course, you just needed a break. Ooh. My eyeliner is going to be bigger than I had planned on. Let me shut up. Yay. I know, it's funny. It's like yesterday, whenever I was repotting those plants, I thought to myself, why didn't I bring my phone out here so I could be listening to music? And it's always like, for me, music is always something that makes something that I don't enjoy doing more enjoyable. Okay, Mary, thank you so much for coming. I so enjoyed getting to visit with you. We love you. Thank you so much. I was so happy to see you today. But yes, I enjoy music so much. It is hard for me to do makeup without music. My favorite thing in the world is to have music going and be singing. As you guys see in my videos, I know that I sing the whole time I'm putting on makeup. It's my favorite thing in the world to combine two of my favorite things. That's the only, I so wish that YouTube would let us have background music. I totally understand why they can't or don't. But like, if you like TikTok, they have music on all their things. It's like, I'm sure a lot of artists would not so much mind having their music. It's an advertisement for them too. It gets their music out there too, you know. I hope someday they come up with a way for that to happen, because if I could just sit here and we could all listen to, I could be a DJ, you guys could tell me what you wanted to hear, and we could just all sing and have karaoke. Yeah, I'm sure, but just like so enjoyable to put makeup on and sing and just listen to your favorite music. I like to listen to podcasts and stuff like that too sometimes, but most of the time I just have my music on, singing my little heart out. I am not going to spend a lot of time perfecting this, but there's my wing. It's going to be good enough. It is. Aw, your boys are probably disappointed. They wanted to go swimming today. I'm going to put on my mascara, and then, oh Lord, did I lose? See, that's what happens. I had my lashes out here that I was going to use, and now one of them is gone. and I have no idea where it went. It's probably stuck to my forehead. That's why I hardly ever get them ready in advance, because, and like have them sitting out, because they disappear, you guys. They disappear. I don't know where it went. Oh, I found it. I turned the fan on is what happened in the little lights. And I'm using MAC Extended Play Gigablack Lash. I wonder if people get bored with me using the same thing all the time. A lot of the stuff I used today I haven't used. And so there were quite a few new things. But I figure if something works for you well, why mess with it? I missed you talking about flowers, apparently. Oh, huh. Yes, your flowers will get a good drink. If I was a smart person, I would go out and mow my backyard today, because I think we're supposed to get rain later today and tomorrow. But let me tell you something. My body is so mad still. I mean, I'm not crippled where I can't walk, but my body is still so mad that if I pushed it today, it would not be good. And I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I don't want to make it where having to get ready for that appointment tomorrow and go to that appointment is going to be miserable. So I'm not going to. All right. I'm going to put on Roller Lash, and this is just to darken up my lashes and spread them out a little bit for my falsies. I hope everything's okay with Lisa. She was probably just being an insomniac last night and didn't fall asleep till early in the wee morning. The wee hours of the morning. I have no idea what I just said. Yeah, I think I just don't think it would be a good idea if I don't. I would love to have it off my mind and off my to-do list, but and I wanted to show you guys these because they are so inexpensive, and I love them so much because they are no nonsense. They come in these big packs, and this is the lashes. I have bought so many that I have them in this container. These are my everyday, no nonsense, works every time lash. Okay, thanks, Mom. What inning? And these are the Demi Wispies by Christina, and they come in a 12-pack or a 6-pack on, gosh, that light, there you go. On Amazon. Let me open this and see if I can keep the glare from. I really want to show you why these are so good. I can't get it to really show because the ends of them aren't showing. Anyways, to make a long story short, they're really flared out. They're very tapered on the inner corner, but the ends of them go crisscross, like a whole bunch of crisscrosses, and it's so pretty. And they don't block your eye look. They have a super duper thin band. And so you can even not get them applied in the right place and they still look good. So it's like you're not going to sit there and have to like, I'm going to be late for work because my eyeliner or my eyelashes look janky and I cannot get them on right. And it's just so perfect. They're so perfect and they're inexpensive. So if you happen to lose one of them, it's not the end of the world. And the reason I have so many is not because I ordered that many at once. It's because I could not find the 12-pack that I ordered, and I ordered some more. And so I I ended up with, you know, a stockpile of them, but I didn't feel bad ordering more because I knew I would use them. And if you just take care of them and put them back on the mold when you're finished, you can, I've worn these up to 10 times. So I have enough to last me forever because I use them over and over. I don't throw them away, but I do lose them from time to time. They're so light, so if they're not attached to something, they will fly away. And that's what happened earlier when I turned the fan on. It's like, boom, one of them just disappeared. Mom, do you remember when I lost that eyelash and I filmed a video and I looked everywhere for that eyelash, and then I came to your house and it was stuck to my shirt the whole time? And I even went back and looked on the video footage, and the whole time, like, I made fun of myself through the whole editing process because I kept putting an arrow on the video to the eyelash that was stuck to my shirt. I was like, oh my gosh, like I got up, I looked on my legs, I looked on my lap, I looked on my towel, I looked all over my whole entire vanity. Oh, I dropped it. You guys, that's what I get for saying these lashes are easy. I'm going to make it difficult. Anyway, it was stuck to my shirt the whole time. And I was like, I had been at all these places, and I'm like, I wonder if people saw me walking around with a false eyelash stuck to my shirt. They're probably like, what is that? Is that a spider? Like, what's on her shirt? Lord of mercy, you guys. I cannot, nor will I ever have it all together. Okay. Gonna put these on. They are so easy, so light. I just put my tweezers right up at the band, and I try to concentrate them on the outer part of my lash. I want the end of it to be on the end of my lash line. Where my lashes end is where I want that to be. And I just, the other thing I love about these is the band is so flexible that whenever I do put it, like when I put it on, I don't have, it doesn't usually jack up my eyeliner because I'm guessing just because my eyelids are, you know, an almost 50-year-old's eyelids, that when the glue dries, it a lot of times it draws my skin just enough to jack up my eyeliner line. And this doesn't usually do that. I will look at it before I take pictures and make sure that my eyeliner is not janky. But most of the time, since I have to use such a small amount of glue on these to get them to stick, it usually doesn't jack up my eyeliner, which is another reason I love them. But do you see how pretty they are? They definitely add something to the look, but they're not over. I just got a frog. Did you hear it? They're not overpowering, but I wish you could see like the crisscrosses and how pretty they are on the ends, because they're so wispy and crisscrossy and just so pretty. There's no way for me to show you because they're just so light, and they're so, like, the hairs are so fine that you just, like, unless I had them stuck my eyeball right up into the camera, I don't think that you would see it, and I'm afraid you'll see my backside if I stand up. I'm going to put all the products in the description box. Is that what you mean? Yes, I'm going to list all the things that I used. If you're really interested in the lashes, I will also link where I get them on Amazon. If you're really interested, I shall do that for you. It'll probably take me, I don't know, maybe the end of the evening. How about this? How about I just go get it for you now? That way you don't have to go on a wild goose chase through my description box. and you will already have what you need. If I can type on here without jacking something up, and that'll give my eyelashes a little bit of time to dry so that I can make sure that my lash line's not janky. And then I'll do my setting spray and you'll be rid of me. But they are by Christina. And I just love them. And it says, I don't know if it says in the description or not. Yeah. Well, they've raised the price just a tad. The 6-pack is $10.50 and the 12-pack is $16.06, and that's on Prime with free shipping if you're a Prime member. But I would, 12-pack, get, they're less than $2 a piece, and you can't, even the drugstore, and it says I've purchased them 4 times. Yeah, I have. I've purchased a 12-pack 4 times. So if that tells you how much I love them. All right. There you go, sister girl. You can go bookmark it for yourself. Okay, I'm just going to very briefly go over my lash band, even though I really don't even think you have to do that with these, because the lash band is so undetectable, and that's what I love about it. I love these lashes. And they're really good for beginners. They're really good for people who do not have a lot of experience with lashes and have trouble getting them on. They're really good for that too. I do have a little dip in my lash line, so I'm going to fix that real quick. Are you outside my door? I heard my husband's wheelchair. So I was asking him if he was outside my door, and he didn't answer, so I guess that's a no. And then I do like to use my Too Faced Yvette Better Than Sex mascara just to do a little bit of a merge. And then the eyes are done. Ah, if I don't stab myself in the eyeball. Yes. I love these lashes. If I had to give up every lash in the whole world aside from my Hoola Samanthas, I could probably get by with just these and my Hoola Samanthas. I think I would be okay. All right. And the final step, my favorite setting spray that I used all of May is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. And if I didn't use that, I used my Fix Plus Cherry Blossom. I'm about to run out of this. Let's see if we can get one more application out of it. And let's get the hair off my lip. I overuse it because it smells delicious and it feels lovely and refreshing. I bet you, I don't know, if you could keep a can of this in the refrigerator, that would be even more cooling and lovely. I'm not one of those people who has a skincare refrigerator. I have been tempted so many times, but I keep telling myself, you don't need that, Sherry. It's on my want list. It's not on my need list. I definitely don't need it, but I kind of want one. And I want it to be pink. I think they had one in the pop-up, but I think it was like $30. And I saw one at Walmart the other day, but it had like Budweiser or Coke or something. Like, I'm like, if I'm going to go there with a skincare refrigerator, then I want it to be pink. Yay. Well, I hope you love them. I love them. They also just have regular wispies. If you don't, I really need the taper on my inner corner. I just prefer that style anyway, but because my eyes are hooded, that really gives a more open look to my inner area that's small. And so I really love the demis, but they also have wispies. They have lots of different styles. But I love these. These are my favorite. Yeah, so I think these will be a really good choice for you. definitely. Okay, guys, those are all my favorites. I think it turned out pretty. This is my. I'm excited to. This is the first time I will have used that foundation with all the things. So I'm anxious to see how it holds up. It looks so pretty. It looks so pretty, and I really just have to go with the matte foundation in the summer if I'm going to be outside. But you guys hung out with me the whole time. Thank you, Erica. And thank you to Mary for coming. And thank you to Tara for coming. Sarah, I'm just getting ready to leave, but thank you so much for coming in. I did all my favorites of May on my face. It took a really long time. It took 2 hours and 10 minutes, but I really did a lot of talking. And so please do go back and watch the replay because I have lots of good information in there. And thank you so much for hanging out with me, Erica and Stacy Lee, and now Sarah. I love you guys very much. I appreciate you being here so much. If you didn't give me a thumbs up, please do that. It helps people find my channel. I appreciate that. Okay, you guys, I am going to have a video out on Tuesday. It will be a trying new makeup video, so be looking for that somewhere in the early afternoon. And until next time, take care and God bless. Bye, guys. Love ya.